Over the weekend just past, it was full moon in Capricorn and also winter solstice. So it was a major weekend of energy and I hope that you survived it okay. I ran Reiki level 2 over the weekend and it was, a lot of heightened energy and it was amazing to see. So firstly, I'd like to congratulate everyone who completed their Reiki level 2. It's always an honor to witness and observe and be a part of your journey going forward into the Reiki realm. So it was really cool to watch everyone complete their Reiki level 2 over the weekend. It was heightened energy, and I know that for me personally, I didn't sleep Friday night at all, and I didn't sleep at all on Monday night either. But I felt like I had plenty of energy, and I actually felt like even though it was the longest night, so winter solstice in the southern hemisphere, I actually felt like I had a ton of light coming in, a ton of light codes. And so if you have noticed that you're feeling highly energized or you're seeing different frequencies or different light codes coming in, or you're feeling like your heart space expanding, then you're definitely not alone. I felt that as well. Along with all of that, I had a lot of spiritual messages, psychic messages coming through, and I'd actually love to share some of those messages with you now. Over the weekend, I sat in meditation on Sunday morning at the Caulfield South Community Hall where I run the Reiki Level 2 courses. And actually, when I was driving there on the Sunday morning, I was feeling quite sad and overwhelmed at the state of the world. Sometimes when I think about the world around me, and it can be quite overwhelming at times, the level of negative energy, dark energy, frustrations, overwhelm, I feel like there is a lot of restriction in sharing our message, especially with the Reiki and spiritual realms. I think that sometimes there's a lot of pushback or resistance. So I got into meditation and I just wanted to anchor myself, ground my energy before the second day of the course, but also just clear whatever was going on in my mind driving to the course, because I knew that it was there for a reason. So my little strategy, and this is totally like, I would highly encourage you to give it a go as well. Anytime you feel overwhelmed or stuck in your mind, then what I like to do is bring my hands to my heart center. In Reiki, it's called Gasho, and then drop my awareness to my heart space. So I always take a few deep breaths. And then from there, what I like to do is send my energy down through my legs, down through the soles of my feet and into the center of the earth. And there I meet like a big ball of light, and within that ball of light is Mother Earth. It's really powerful because for me, I find that a way of anchoring and grounding my energy, which helps me to self-regulate my nervous system as well, and helps me to get out of my mind into my body and to speak to a higher source of frequency. So I sat there with Mother Earth and I kind of shared what I was feeling, and she gave me a message back, which is something I'd like to share with you now. And she said to me, resistance is an interesting thing because we can often get caught in the negative energy of resistance. Resistance is the opposing force. Anytime we're about to expand energetically, level up spiritually, frequency is being increased or amplified, there is always going to be direct and equal opposite negative resistance. And that can come in the form of mental resistance, negative self-talk, self-doubt, etc. Physical resistance, feeling pain or frustration, feeling fatigued, tired, etc. It can come in the form of spiritual resistance and emotional resistance as well, and also just greater global resistance. And so she gave me the advice of, whenever we feel resistance, that is something to actually see as a positive thing rather than a negative thing. If we can lean into the resistance, we can understand that that is there because we're about to break through, we're about to level up, we're about to increase our frequency or our energy on some way, shape or form. So the greater the resistance, know that the greater the breakthrough, almost kind of like the breakdown before the breakthrough. So a different perspective of seeing that resistance is like, wow, okay, something amazing is about to happen. This is like the final challenge before that level up experience. And so what we need to do is just trust that whatever we're facing, we have the capability and the skills and the strength, the inner strength to meet that and overcome that resistance. And so Mother Earth guided me to do a little breathing exercise where I would bring my hands in, close my eyes, breathing in, which in is life force energy. So breathing in life force energy, and then exhaling and saying the words, I trust. I trust in the greater universe. I trust in myself. I trust in God, spirit, whatever your faith is. So it was breathing in life force, And then exhaling, I trust. And I did that 3 times, and it made me feel so much more grounded and calm, which was amazing. Once I had felt like I had complete that process, then I bounced my energy back up from the center of the earth, up through the soles of my feet, through my legs, and back into my heart space. From there, I sent my energy up through the crown of my head and out into the greater universe. And there's many terms or language we can use, like Father Sky, like God, like universe, like spirit, whatever your faith is, whatever your language is, it doesn't really matter. And then from there, I usually get a higher perspective. And sure enough, Spirit showed me this image. And because I had my eyes closed and I was at the Caulfield South Community Hall and I had this whiteboard next to me because I was about to run a course. And so the image in my mind was of the whiteboard, and it was like Spirit was drawing this image on the whiteboard for me to have a look at. Spirit drew this big circle around the edges of the whiteboard, symbolizing the universe, capital T, capital U. And the only reason there was a circle drawn around it was to give me some understanding that like this was really big, right? And then within the universe, which actually has no bounds, there was another circle drawn in there, which was our galaxy. And then another circle, which was planet Earth. And then another circle, which was Australia. Another circle, Victoria, all the way down into my little pocket of Melbourne, which was Elwood. And then interestingly enough, the image changed on the whiteboard, and all of a sudden I saw the infinity sign, which is a symbol that I've been working a lot with in Seichen Reiki. Then the infinity sign expanded out into just one horizontal line, and I knew that it was infinity, so there was actually no beginning and no end, but it was presented to me in a way that my human mind could understand. And then along this horizontal line, there were 2 little vertical lines symbolizing my current lifetime now. And then all of a sudden there was a little couple more vertical lines, another couple of vertical lines, couple more vertical lines, more vertical lines, symbolizing past and future lifetimes. And of course, in the spirit realm, it was shown to me as a vertical line being linear, like past and future. But we know that that's not actually the case. That horizontal line is actually vertical, and all the lifetimes are stacked on top of each other, meaning we're experiencing everything in the now moment. The perspective and the message that I got along this horizontal line set out like that for my human understanding was that I actually only have a finite amount of energy, time, knowledge, skills, capacity to do what I'm doing in this now moment. And there's no possible way that I can know it all. I think the moment that we think that we know it all is the moment that the universe will present a challenge so that we can open our awareness and maybe humble our ego. And I think that it's kind of like the iceberg metaphor, right? Like if you see an iceberg with the water, there's 5% of the iceberg sticking up and 95% underneath, meaning that 5% is like our conscious mind and the 95% underneath is our subconscious mind. It's kind of like our perspective of the world as well. So we might have skills and knowledge in one particular area and we might be good at that, but there is so much out there that we don't know. And even if you're an expert in your field, or for example, for me, I would say that spirituality and Reiki is my forte, it's my strength, it's what I do every day. But if I ever thought that I was an expert and I knew everything, then I know, sure enough, the universe will present me with something that would really challenge that, right? And I actually don't believe that at all. Like there is so much out there that I'm still learning, so much that I don't know. And I think that understanding that is like humbling, and it takes away the superiority complex of like, oh, I'm amazing and I know it all. Like no one knows it all. Let's be honest, everyone is still figuring it out and we're not meant to know it all. And I think that this whole psychic download was basically sharing with me that there is a greater divine orchestration happening that we have zero control over. We think we know certain things, but in reality, we don't really know. We have no idea what's around the corner. And it's like that old saying as well, and I'm going to butcher it, but you'll get the idea, where a moment in time happens, we have an experience, and then we judge it as being good or bad. But then the old wise shepherd says, good or bad, we shall see. And then the next moment happens and we judge it as being good or bad. But the wise old shepherd says, good or bad, we shall see. And then it continues and continues, right? So we just don't know why things happen in the order that they do, at the time that they do, with the people that they do. And we can try and analyze things and understand it and unpack it. But at the end of the day, like the universe is so vast, and we are like a little tiny speck in the middle of the ocean. There is so much that we don't know, so much that we don't see, so much that we don't understand, and yet we are also a part of it all. If you're feeling overwhelmed at any time, if you're feeling stressed or just in your mind overanalyzing, over worrying about things, then drop into your heart. First of all, anchor your energy. You know, you could try that exercise, sending your energy into the earth, into the center of the earth, grounding your energy and really coming back into your heart space, getting out of your head. And then you can try sending your energy up and out through the crown of your head into spirit to see what other higher perspectives that there might be that you're not aware of in this present moment, because there is always a greater and higher perspective. There's always stuff that we are unaware of, that we don't know. And it's just understanding that we will never know it all. We will never know it all. And so it's accepting that we know some things and there's a ton more things that we don't know, and that is okay. That's actually how it's meant to be. And so just trusting. You can try the inhale breath, bringing in life force energy, and then exhaling, I trust. I trust in myself. I trust in the universe. I trust in God or spirit or whatever language or faith that you put your faith and belief in. Trusting in something that is bigger and greater than just yourself, because we know that there is an energy, a force out there that is divinely orchestrating everything in life. I hope this has helped. If you have any questions about any of this, please reach out. Otherwise, have an amazing day, and I'm sure that I will talk to you soon.